It's match day 38. The final round of fixtures in the Cinch Premiership are upon us. We're getting the Championship group on Saturday, and then we're getting the, I don't know what you want to call it, shitey lower tier
relegation group.
Relegation group. The 6 teams that aren't quite as good as the 6 teams that are in the Championship group, those matches are played on Sunday the 28th, and by the end of Sunday we will know who is, well, we already know Dundee United's relegated, let's be honest, but we'll know who will play Partick Thistle in the Scottish Premiership playoffs. Partick Thistle have been running rampant so far in the playoffs, disposing of Queen's Park and Ayr United as if they weren't even there. Now, I know for a fact they will have a tougher tie against the loser of Kilmarnock, Ross County, but I think that is going to be a close, I think that's pretty close to as 50-50 as you can get. I would say that is probably as close as these promotion playoff ties can be, because normally I think there's a bit of a gulf between whoever is 11th and whoever's coming up, but I genuinely believe that Partick Thistle are the best side in the Championship, or even better than Dundee, and I think that Kilmarnock and Ross County have had bad seasons. So I think that's a pretty 50-50 game.
It is for me. Partick Thistle have been pretty much unstoppable since that 12th of March game against Rangers where they get beat. I believe it was the 12th of March.
So what you're basically saying, you're giving Rangers all the credit for Partick Thistle.
See that goal that they gave them?
Tiffany.
Let them score. And Tillman went up, Tillman shafted them.
How can you concede a goal to someone with a shite name like Tiffany?
Tiffany! I know.
Anyway, let's talk about, we'll go in order then, we'll just go chronological order or whatever order we've got the fixtures in here. I'm not quite sure what's wrong with the times. If they're going to have the Saturday games be 12:30 and the Sunday games be 3 o'clock, surely they could have just been played on the same day.
But see, apparently they were going to do the Championship group 12:30 to accommodate the English games, all kicking off at 4, but all the English games are on Sunday.
So basically the Championship group's getting fucked on Sunday, the relegation group?
Pretty much, yeah.
Why didn't they do the relegation group
on Saturday
at 12:30, on Sunday at 12:30, and then do the Championship group at 3 o'clock on Saturday?
I don't know why they've done that, to be honest.
It seems a bit weird that they're putting the Championship group on earlier when there's nothing that is going up against on Saturday, whereas on Sunday, when they've actually got competition from the English games, they're going to put them on at 3 o'clock. Now, we know they had that dilemma with the Scottish Cup. What's your thoughts quickly on the Scottish Cup getting moved because it's clashing with the FA Cup? I would personally just have had it on at the same time. People can turn around and say, well, no one's going to watch Celtic Inverness over Manchester Derby, especially if you're a Rangers fan. I mean, I disagree. I think you'd want Inverness to win. I think you'd be praying for Inverness to win. I would much rather watch a Scottish game at Hampden with good atmosphere than watch a shite derby that isn't even relevant until some team had oil money like 15 years ago.
If we're going to be real, any fans outside Scotland, I mean, let's say the island of Ireland as well, who's actually going to watch the Scottish game, regardless of what time it's on for England?
No, but I've heard them say that no one outside of Celtic or Inverness fans will pick to watch the Scottish Cup final over the English Cup final. I disagree with that 100%.
There's a lot of fans don't give a fuck about English.
As a Hearts fan, I'll watch the Celtic Inverness game over the Manchester Derby.
Yeah, absolutely.
Regardless of who is in
if Celtic are 3-0 up, I mean, I'm not saying people are going to flick over, or maybe...
Yeah. Oh, well, that's different. Obviously, that's different. But, I mean... No, for me, I would.
If the game's 0-0 going with 20 minutes to go, you try to tell me Rangers fans are watching the Manchester Derby?
See the live streams, they'll be fucking lagging, they'll be staggering because all the Rangers fans will be, oh wait, it's only Celtic fans out there, but you get my point.
I'll be honest, the way Celtic are playing, I wouldn't put it past them from this.
No, I can see a penalty kick shootout, but anyway, we'll preview that when closer to the time. Let's talk about Celtic here. They've got one win in their last 5 matches here. They're taking on, I wouldn't say they're an in-form Aberdeen team because their form has dipped slightly, but they're coming off an impressive win against St Mirren. They've got confidence, they've secured the guaranteed Europe. Well, I say they've secured it, they haven't really. It depends on what Inverness do, but they've secured 3rd place. So they cannot be caught. They're guaranteed at least 3rd. The likelihood is they will get the guaranteed European group stage football as long as Celtic beat Inverness. I don't know. I've seen Celtic fans say this is a must-win game for Celtic to try and get confidence. I don't think that's the case. I wouldn't say this is must-win. If Celtic lose this game or Celtic win this game, I don't think that really affects our chances in the Scottish Cup.
It affects next season more than the Scottish Cup.
If anything, all I think this game does, if Celtic lose, I think it just gives Rangers fans more bragging rights where they'll say, oh, look, we've closed the gap, blah, blah, blah.
True, but I feel like, regardless, Celtic are going to be favourite against Inverness. I feel like if they lose this, say Aberdeen win like 3-1 or something, I think it's massive for Celtic. I think it hints at, well, you know what, these fringe players have had the last couple of games and they've done nothing.
Yeah, but my point is, if Celtic win this 3-0, or if Celtic lose this 2-1, I don't really think that affects Inverness's chances.
No.
I know you could say a 3-0 win gives Celtic more momentum going into it. And yeah, I think Inverness... You could even argue that if Celtic lose this game, there's even more pressure on them to win the cup final. So it depends on how you view it.
Exactly, but you know what? Looking at Celtic, I don't feel confident from a Celtic point of view. Aberdeen, though.
Plus, it's Flag Day, is it? No, sorry, not Flag Day, Title Day.
Title Day or whatever. But, Celtic, they're missing a few key players. Will he go with the same sort of players that he went with previously? They were awful against Hibs, and you know what? I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go for 2 each.
I was just about to say 2-2. I'm going to go 2-2 as well. I think Aberdeen...
Because the problem is, right, if it was at Pittodrie, I'd actually go with Aberdeen, but Celtic are going to dominate the ball that much. I just feel like they're going to score eventually.
Could these rumours, Ange, the Spurs, will that play any factor in this game?
I'll tell you what, it'll be a key game to watch tomorrow to see what Ange says in the title stuff, see if it does seem like a farewell or not, because that would be crucial, because the day it did.
Yeah.
Day the door's open.
I think
shut it down.
I think we'll know after tomorrow with his speech and stuff.
Yeah.
See if he commits tomorrow and goes, oh, you're going to be surprised how long I'm here, then obviously he's staying. He's not going to troll him like that. But see if he's like, oh, thank you guys for everything, and this has been I've had a great time at Celtic, then I think the writing's on the wall.
We'll see what the future holds, sort of thing.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm going to go with 2-2. But I mean, at the same time, Celtic, when they're on form, they are so good that they could turn up here and hump Aberdeen. So, I mean, it could be 4-5-0 Celtic tomorrow, and I wouldn't be surprised.
But the problem is, defensively, they've been awful. It's not like Carl Fickers can get flung in here.
That is
Johnston's
true.
Is he going to stick with Bain?
See, that is true. I feel like even if Celtic do turn up tomorrow, they're still probably going to concede a goal or two.
Yeah.
So, we'll see what happens.
2 each.
I'm going 2-2.
Anyway, though, I think this next game should be on TV, or at least a red button.
It should be, but it is not. We've had Stephen Naismith come out and say this Edinburgh derby. He said the result against Hibs will not affect whether or not he gets the job. I have got to disagree. If we lose to Hibs, then it means we finish 5th, and depending on the Scottish Cup final, we might not even get European football. I mean, it's one thing throwing away 3rd place and not getting the guaranteed football. I think if we lose to Hibs on the last day and get overtaken by them, then that can't be considered a success for Naismith, because when he came in, Hearts were ahead of Hibs. If he comes in, the new manager bounce and ends up finishing behind Hibs,
it's awful. Against Lee Johnson, no one really rates.
Yeah, so I totally disagree with Naismith. I don't think he'll get the job anyway, if I'm being honest. But he's making out win, lose or draw, it doesn't affect this job. I think if he loses this game, it rules out any hope of him getting the permanent job.
Exactly.
Position.
But apparently this was all part of the Celtic master plan, though. Oh, great result for Celtic getting pumped 4-2 off Hibs, so it meant Hibs could potentially beat Hearts in the last day of the season. What sort of level of delusion of a Celtic fan do you need to say that?
Matthew Mills delusion, I'd say.
That's it. Boom.
Anyway, with that said, I'm going to go with a draw. I'm going to go with 1-1 here.
I'm going to go 2-1 Hearts. Hearts showed enough against Rangers for me that they'll get the job done here.
Alright, speaking of showing enough, up next is St Mirren. Their season has kind of fallen off. Even before the split, their form did kind of go out the window a little bit, and
last 2 games, man. If they beat Hearts and then they didn't get against Aberdeen, I guess they don't go down to 10 men. Things could have turned.
See, I'm actually not delusional and I'm not biased, and I'm actually really fair. I thought the penalty that they conceded against Hearts was a joke. I don't think it was a penalty. I'm sick of people that just say things because they support a club. Oh, it was a stonewaller. He fucking barely touched him, man, and Ginelli was going away for goal. See people claiming that's a stonewaller, man. That's what's wrong with it. But see if people are more honest and just called it... People only call it decisions when it go against their club. See when they get a decision that goes in favour of their club, they're happy just to accept it. People are full of fucking shite.
Well, it wouldn't have mattered anyway. We won 3-1. Well, I hate that talk too.
Because goals change games, but I mean, delusional people don't get that.
Anyway, though,
but you can guarantee if their team loses 3-1, it'll be, we got that decision, it would have changed things. You know, it's madness. Anyway, St Mirren form hasn't been that great as of late, although I thought they put in a really good performance against Celtic. I thought they deserved to beat Celtic. They did not. They were decent against Hearts in the first half. Hibernian in the second half, they probably deserved to get something, but they were 2-0 down, left it too late. The Aberdeen game I didn't see, but the other man sent off as well, so I don't know, they lost 3-0. I wouldn't be surprised if St Mirren get a result here.
Yeah, if St Mirren turn up, I think they could easily, but I feel like with Rangers, the last game...
It's a dead rubber.
The last game, Rangers Hearts, I think a draw probably was the fair result, because it was pretty pish for Rangers, both goals, they conceded. But... You know, it was almost seen as a testimonial, that game. Even being there, it felt like a testimonial. See, when Hearts scored, I'm not going to say it didn't hurt, but it almost felt like the farewell to the 5 players overweighed anything. It was a weird fucking game.
I feel like Hearts could have won 3-2, and Ibrox still would have had a bigger atmosphere and gave a big round of applause to all those departing players.
Aye. I think
it was too. I think it was more.
It was like they were just passing the Morelos to get him a fucking goal.
Yeah, it was like an emotional thing. Like I don't. Obviously, if the title was on the line, they're fucking raging. But the fact that the game didn't really mean anything for Rangers, I don't think they were going to boo regardless of the result. Now, if they got humped 5-0, yeah, they'd be booing. But I don't think they were really that bored of the fact that they lost that late goal to Hearts.
No, I was there. I played the game. If they was that bothered.
Will they boo if they lose to St Mirren?
Well, put it this way, right? If Stephen fans were that bothered, I think most of them would have left. Most of them stayed. I'd probably say the final whistle was probably about 45,000.
Yeah, maybe. This game will be...
Maybe I was it.
I don't know. I wasn't there. I think this game will be interesting because we spoke about Celtic and their downfall lately and the whole gap and all this stuff and Beale coming in at 9 points. Now, there is a possibility that we could end with the gap actually going back out to 10 and Ange Postecoglou having a net 1 point over Beale. But we could be looking at the opposite side where Beale gets it down to 4.
Kenny Miller, though, right? Kenny Miller said Beale is beating Ange in the league, and they're like, oh, how can Kenny Miller say this? He's come in, he blew a title race and he's lost the cup.
Oh, the title race was over.
Yeah, technically, right? If he wins all 3. But if Ange is that good and Celtic are that good, who the fuck's expecting Beale to do that?
Yeah,
if Beale's outscored Ange in terms of points, regardless of Celtic let their foot off the gas, is that not still pretty good for Beale?
Yeah, considering they'll say Beale's shit.
I'm not saying. See when Beale come in, see if they offered them here, you'll close the gap to 4 or 7, but you'll lose the league because you're still those points behind. He's not going to fucking take it. No, there's still a chance you can win.
No, let's be honest. I think if Beale came in and let's say he loses the league by 10 points, I'd still consider that a success for Beale, considering he's just came in with a team that he doesn't want. Rangers were in free fall under Gio. If he comes in at the halfway point and only loses a point to a Celtic team that's apparently brilliant, then I think Beale's done an okay job.
Yeah, and you know what?
I was expecting this title to be won by about 15 points. So Rangers have exceeded my expectations.
And he gave them the best Old Firm performance against Celtic in 2 years, over 2 years.
He did, aye. So I mean, Rangers have exceeded my expectations. I expected, like I said, 15 points. I was expecting so. Most of Celtic can win it now is by 10. Does it change anything? Say if Celtic win it by 10 tomorrow or Rangers lose it by 4, does that do anything?
No, in my opinion it doesn't, because I think you've seen enough for like both teams post-split and also the other Old Firms that next season will be close regardless.
But
let's be real, right? I know it's ifs buts, but Rangers very easily could have drew with Celtic at Ibrox and they could have just turned up to a similar level as they did in the Cups. And you'd be sitting here saying, oh, Beale's pish. But because they won 3-0, it's like, oh, they're on a level playing field because Celtic have lost a few games, drew a few games. Yeah, it's how football goes. But you know what? I do feel more confident. And I feel like in this game, Rangers will win. Because I feel like it's going to go back to the team that beat Celtic. McCrory's going to come in. You're going to see Hadji playing, etc., etc. It won't be like a testimonial. I think Arfield will still feature, but I'm going to go 2-1 Rangers.
Now that I can talk, that the Club 11 isn't choking me, what I was going to say is tomorrow just more about bragging rights? See if Rangers get the gap down to 4, is it just a case of Rangers fans get to brag that we've closed it down to 4, and if Celtic get it to 10, they get to brag that, oh look, Ange still beat Beale since Beale came in? Is that all it is?
I don't know, but is anyone really going to be bragging over that? Are Celtic really going to brag about, oh, we still beat them by a point? They probably would, they're upset.
Well, I think they will, considering Rangers fans have been saying, look, we've brought the gap down.
Well, personally, I still think it'll be alright. I don't see it going
Now,
to
it
10.
could finish on 9.
It could.
If Celtic win and Rangers draw, it goes back to 9.
Nah.
So, I mean, it'll be interesting either way. I'm actually going to go with a draw here. I'm going to go with 1-1.
1-1. Well, I went with 2-1.
Fuck, I went 3 draws.
So you have, huh?
Alright, let's move on to Sunday then. We'll leave the Kilmarnock game for last, since that's the game that actually matters.
Well, actually, there's another game that matters.
This game's... What, St Johnstone Levy?
Oh, aye.
Alright, St Johnstone Levy, I'll go another draw. 2 shite teams, really.
Yeah, 1-1. Nothing. I mean, there'll be probably about 4 fans at this game. Probably be more goals than fans.
Well, maybe.
Well, I mean,
Livingston won't be adding much to the numbers, that's for sure.
Aye.
Right, Motherwell, Dundee United. Here is the scenario for Dundee United. They're 3 points behind Ross County. Ross County are the only team they can catch. They cannot catch Kilmarnock, obviously. There's currently an 8-point swing in the goal difference, so
they need 4-0.
Dundee United need to win, and they need Ross County to lose. Now, whether Dundee United win 7-0 and Ross County lose by 1 goal, it doesn't really matter. Dundee United need an 8-goal swing here in the goal difference, and obviously they need a victory and they need Ross County to lose. So it could be United win 7-0, Ross County lose 1-0. It could be United win 1-0, Ross County lose 7-0. Or, United win 1-0 and Ross County lose 9-1. You get my point, 9-2.
But see, it's never going to get to a point though where it's not like it's like Dundee United could be 7-0 up, right? And Ross County like, fuck, we need to go for goals here. It's just never going to get to a point like that. It's see if Ross County go 2 or 3 behind. What's the point of them pushing? They may as well just see it out. Unless Dundee United are 5-0 up.
What is the most realistic thing you can see happening to where you believe there is a chance?
There is a chance.
Now let's say if Ross County score the first goal in that command, over.
Yeah. I feel like Ross County go down to 10 men, 9 men early on. Dundee United sneak a 1-0 win and Kilmarnock just punish.
A 1-0 win?
Aye. So, 1-2-0 win.
No, I'm not talking about this on at the same time, mate. So
that's what I'm on about.
Yeah, well, if Dundee United win, it's already fucking over. I'm saying, what has to happen tomorrow?
What do you mean it's already over?
You're on about Dundee United winning 1-0. If Dundee United win 1-0, then the Ross County Kilmarnock game's already over. That's done and dusted. What? I'm saying, what needs to happen in play for that moment for you to think there's a chance? I'm not talking about the final score. I'm talking about what needs to happen. See by 3:15 or 3:30.
Ross County need to be about 3-0 down.
I said realistic though. Is that realistic in your opinion?
3-0 down after 15, why not?
Oh, fuck me, right, okay.
Dundee United were 9-0 down after about fucking 30, so I mean, why not?
Let's say we get to half time. Ross County are losing 1-0. Right. Dundee United are winning 1-0.
No,
and they need 6.
No, it's beat, man. What the fuck with?
Alright, say United are 2-0. United are 2-0 up in Ross County.
I feel like we're just fucking numbers out here for the sake of it.
Aye, Carol Fordham and countdown. I'm just saying, what needs to happen? You think
a bomb needs to go off in either North Lanarkshire or Ayrshire?
Hey, anyway, for my prediction is Motherwell beats Ross County 3-1, but there you go.
Motherwell's playing Dundee United, mate.
Motherwell's beating Dundee United 3-1.
I'm going
Kevin Van Veen.
I'm going 4-0 Motherwell. Kevin Van Veen to get a hat-trick.
I believe that would be 11 games in a row if he scores tomorrow.
Yeah, which must be.
I don't know if that's a record, but it must be close.
I think he's already broke it. I think he broke it on 9. Well, for Motherwell? Or for the league? No, it must be for Motherwell. Sure,
no, wait,
sure somebody else.
I'm pretty sure Edward had the record, did he not?
I'm not too sure, but you know what? Kevin Van Veen was a pretty good player, so I'm going 4-0.
4-0?
Yep.
You think Dundee United's going to go down?
Yes.
Wait, United's winning 4-0 or
Motherwell's winning 4-0.
That's the kind of result United need.
Aye, but what, get beat 4-0?
No, winning 4-0.
Aye, but they're not getting it.
Fair enough. Hold on. You think Jim Goodwin last game If he gets beat 4-0...
Well, what about his second last game? They get pumped.
Yeah, but I mean, he wants the job.
What about what's that, Jack Ross's last game for Dundee United? That fucking went well.
His last 5 games went pretty well. No, but he wants the job for next season. If he gets beat 4-0, I don't see him getting it.
I don't see him really getting it anyway.
What if he wins 4-0?
I feel like they're going to have to do a lot of cuts, and the manager will probably be one of them, so...
Maybe he'll work for free.
Well, he might as well.
Not like he's going to get paid much anyway. Anyway, if they pay him based on wins, he fucking won't be getting much. Right, I'm going to go with Motherwell to win 3-1.
Boom, I'm going 4-0.
Right, and Kilmarnock versus Ross County. This game's more about who finishes 10th. Or should I say, more importantly, who finishes 11th. Because finishing 10th doesn't really matter. But finishing 11th does matter.
Yeah.
I believe Kelly, though, can also get 9th. If St Johnstone lose.
There you go, it's all happening.
So...
Aye, they can. But no, I think Kelly's goal difference is that bad, though. They probably can't.
You can't? Right, well...
I know their goal difference is the worst, isn't it? Pretty sure it's the worst.
I think it's one of the worst. I think Dundee United's got worse. Anyway, so yeah, Kilmarnock, what's the game plan for them? Do they go out looking for a win? Do they go... Or do they just sit back and try and...
You just go out and play it like any other game. Get the job done. Can't go out and play for a shite bag draw against Ross County, come on.
I suppose.
But I'm going 0-0.
You're going 0-0?
Aye. Would suggest shite bag.
Shite bag draw then. Although you feel like... I don't think it'll be 0-0, because I feel like the longer this game goes, Ross County will have to push men forward. And that should create goals either way. For County or for Kelly.
I'm going 0-0 though. What are you going? Bravo.
I'm going 2-1 Kilmarnock.
Fair enough.
And that's it. That's it for the preview show, guys. So there you go, a long one, 21
all the games getting
minutes.
reviewed tomorrow.
Yep, probably date every single game. I do think it's a joke. The Sky coverage since the split has been absolutely abysmal. The fact that they're not even showing this Edinburgh derby. I mean, every Edinburgh derby should be on Sky Sports, but it's not happening. This Kilmarnock Ross County game. Why the fuck's that not being showed on Sunday? That's a massive game.
It's a 3 o'clock curfew thing, I don't know. But I mean,
put
them
on
the last 2 Rangers games. Why have the last 2 Rangers games been on TV?
Put them on at 12:30 then.
No, I know, but honestly, well, I mean, maybe Hearts Rangers, since Hearts can still get it, but why was HIBS Rangers on TV compared to Aberdeen Hearts?
I know, joke.
Because it's the old form. Anyway, guys, we're signing out. We're back tomorrow. Maybe Ange will be away tomorrow. Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe Celtic will get smashed and they'll let him go.
Neil Lennon!
Neil Lennon's coming back. Till next time, peace.